Hey everyone, Chris here from Midwest Coaster Fans. We have some breaking news coming out of KBW or WKBW ABC in Buffalo, New York. This was shared to me from a source, and he shared with me the link, and that's great. This is great news, what's going on with Fantasy Island and Grand Island, New York. We covered this story about a month ago on our channel. The link is in the description. Talking about the needs and wants if it was to come under ownership. Now, this has been confirmed. Eugene Staples, Ivy Entertainment, or whatever you want to call it. So it's actually been confirmed on this. So they own a subsidiary called Ivy Parks and Entertainment, and they actually have a website. Here, I'll put it up right here. And on this website, obviously Fantasy Island isn't listed on here yet, but it will be soon. You can definitely see that Indiana Beach is listed on here, Clemington Park, and then soon Fantasy Island. Obviously they do have it located on here, and it is listed. You can kind of see it. It allows you to pick a park on here, and you can go to Indiana, New Jersey, and New York. Obviously it's coming soon for New York over here, and it'll have news on here. This is where they're probably going to share all the news releases. This is a new website that just obviously was created. Not much going on with this website at all, but big fans of Fantasy Island. A Chicago investor confirms with 7EWN that he now has control of the popular summer staple, is moving forward with plans to bring new life back to the closed amusement park. Gene Staples, CEO of Ivy Parks and Entertainment, who has been negotiating a lease for Fantasy Island, says in an email to 7EWN that his group is excited to now be a part of the Grand Island and the Niagara region's business community, and is very much looking forward to rejuvenating the historic park and creating an amazing family and entertainment and tourist destination for people for years to come. Staples says his team is pushing to try to find a solution to have the water park portion of the park open this summer. The full park is expected to be open in the spring of 2022. Staples confirmed by phone that a lease for Fantasy Island has been finalized. It allows us to run the park as we do other parks and ensure that we are going to be here in Buffalo, Grand Island, and the Niagara region for years and years to come. Staples has experience in breathing new life in the old amusement parks, blah, 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 blah. And then he says on here, there's something special about a vintage amusement park. It's multi-generational. There's something special about the dying in America. There's something special about it that is dying in America that we looking forward to help preserve. It's something that needs to be preserved, part of American history. And then Grand Island Town Supervisor John Whitney says bringing the amusement park back to any capacity would be a big boost for the area. It'll be a tremendously big deal, not only for Grand Island, but the entire region. And then also Staples listed on here that he's going to be sending out a press release within the next week to outline our official timelines and rebranding of the park. So I don't know if the rebranding means they're going to change the name or what they plan on doing with it. But it does sound like they're going to open up the water park portion of the park. Now we do know that the only rides that are left at the park, you have the Ferris wheel, which you'll see. I'm going to cut this into the video here. You have the Ferris wheel, you have antique autos. Well, the track's still remaining on there. Some other flat rides might be remaining there. Then you have the train, the track, and I think there's a train on site. And then you have Silver Comet, which is their CCI coaster. It was built in 1999. Obviously, they haven't had anything new, and a lot of the other rides and attractions were removed under the Apex ownership. So that's all they have right there right now. And then you have portions of the water park, which looks like it has heavy graffiti on there and stuff like that, so that needs to be repainted, needs to be cleaned up. And I think there might be a leak from what I saw in old information and news that I was reading about from what I was reading about old news, like they had a leak in the wave pool from old releases that I read on Fantasy Island. I'm not sure if there's any other issues going on with any other portions of this, but that is the full news that we have on that. And obviously what Staples has to look at, you have Marine, I think Seabreeze Amusement Park isn't that far from here. So you have, I think Seabreeze is pretty close there. But anyways, you have a variety of different parks that are close to this area. And Darien Lake, you got the Grand Island Fun Center, which obviously is just something that has a couple of rides and attractions. If you wanted to go over to Canada, you have Marine World, which is right across the border, and then you have a variety of different things over here. So the major thing is that Niagara Falls is a major tourist area, so you have that as well. So you definitely want to make sure you're trying to attract people from that area, since it's one of the major tourist destinations in the United States. And if you want to look at the close proximity from Niagara Falls to Grand Island, they're literally located right next to each other, so it's not far at all from one another. And then obviously it's not as close as you guys think to other areas, but I guess the closest you can fly in would be Buffalo, and then you just take a drive up there. So it's in upper state New York and right next to obviously Canada, so that'd be another good marketing standpoint to bring people over from Canada, because over in Canada they don't really have a lot over there, and if you attract people, they might be willing to go across the border. Obviously they have the things going on with the pandemic anyways, so kind of makes sense to wait till 2022 anyways, because if you're trying to bring over the tourists from Canada over into Fantasy Island, and then tourists from Niagara Falls into Fantasy Island and elsewhere, I would wait till 2022 to do that. Now, opening the water park, you bring in locals, get the word out, what the new ownership looks like, and then you announce something for next season, which we have a gist of like what it might possibly be. We just can't share that with you guys, but from what we're understanding, it is going to be something that you guys are going to love, and we already know what he's done to Indiana Beach. Now they're having a little bit of delay with the triple loop over there, but from what we understand, they're repainting it right now, so obviously it's still something is going on with that, and then who knows what's going on in that park for next year. So obviously right now we own Clemington Park in New Jersey, Fantasy Island, and then Indiana Beach. And like I said, if it bring back up this park map, this is the official website, ivyparkscom, and I'll put the link in the description. This brings up to Ivy Parks and Entertainment. You can pick a park, and then it shows you Clemington Park, Fantasy Island, and Indiana Beach, so it's been official on there. If we go back to the home page over here, you'll see you have Clemington Park, Indiana Beach, but like I said, they're not regional. Now these two right here might be closer together than obviously Indiana Beach is. So I wonder if, like I said, are they going to create like a platinum pass or something like that? But that's all the news that we know about at this current time in relation to Fantasy Island. So as soon as we know more on here, we'll be hopefully one of the first channels to release this information. This is big news. This is great news for you guys that are Fantasy Island fans and have not been to Fantasy Island and are, been following kind of our news updates and news updates maybe on other channels. And this means that Fantasy Island is bought. It's going to have a future, and that's great news, because I know people have been working on this since last year, right? Yeah, last year. And we already knew it already had struggles during the Apex ownership. So that concludes the breaking news today. I was going to release this last night, which is actually when I'm recording this, but you're watching this on Friday, pretty early in the morning. So we hope that you enjoyed a breaking news update here on Midwest Coaster Fans. You guys have a great, wonderful rest of your day. If you have any questions or concerns, put them in the comments below. Please be sure to subscribe, share this content, and also please hit that like button if you like the video. And like I said, we will have future videos coming back down from Midwest Coaster Fans. If you want to hit us on email for any information you might have related to this or other news stories, midwestcoasterfans@gmail.com. We'll be happy to try to run it if it's enough information, or if it's a news story worthy of putting it on a video. And we definitely appreciate any and all the news that we've been getting from you guys from Fantasy Island. We appreciate it, and we're willing to help send out the support. And we look forward to going to this park when it opens up. Another small park that's being reopened by Eugene Staples. So with that being said, you guys have a wonderful rest of your Friday. Enjoy your weekend. I hope this is great news for you guys, and feel free to share. Have a good one.